Oh, hey my friends, it is your Empress Enchantress. I'm coming back today with another video. So my friends, I'm talking to you guys about devotion and the hand of addiction that stops you from devotion, okay? So when I say the word devotion, it is devoting yourself to your life path. Most of us actually already know already, especially if you watch this video, because I laced this channel with intention. If you watch this video, you know that this is your life path to work on and help other people in their work and growing their spirituality deeper, okay? And devoting their work to this growth and this evolution. So as the world and the planet, right, we can also wake up and become even a better versions of ourselves, and we don't have to sit here and stay asleep all the time, right? And if you are doing this work and you dedicate your life to this work is actually work. Like, you have to sacrifice a lot in this work. There's a lot of sacrificial things you have to sacrifice. Me personally, me being in this work, right, I can't go out to certain places anymore. I have to be very limited to where I go out to go and hang out at, right? I can't just grab a beer at the local bar. It's just not something I can do. Because usually at these local bars, there's a very low vibrational entities, right? Especially around liquors and especially around certain people and people who are literally not able to be in their strength and their power, who easily be possessed by these entities and spirits, right? Who are easily swayed, who are weak-minded. I'm not saying that you are weak-minded if you go to these bars, but if you hang out with them all the time, you become environment, okay? Anyways. So going back into this energy of devotion and letting go of addiction, I see the number one addiction that I do see people connected to is the energy of drama and pain. So pain and drama go hand in hand, okay? And that's why I'm kind of bringing up this energy around these bars or going out these locations or going out anywhere that does not seem of a source, of a higher source that really puts a source into it of good energy. Whenever I see people, right, who are going to, become more connected and, go through their process and go through the transformation, the worst thing I see a lot of people do is start going back into worse bad habits, okay? And these bad habits can very much look like just simply going back to old places that they already outgrew, right? Does that make sense? So a lot of times the reason why people go and visit these old places is somewhere underneath them there is some more deeper work to go inwards, okay? Is that they have to go and do the work so that they can break this bad habit off play. And usually when I go into these deeper levels with people through my processes, through hypnosis, okay, is that I see a lot of times there's some kind of a root issue from a younger age that they think that this is what they deserve, okay? Does that make sense? And that could look very different from each person. But for example, it could be the fact that they weren't respected at a young age. The parents didn't respect maybe the way that they showed up. They didn't respect how that they expressed themselves. They expressed how they wanted to go and study for something. They didn't respect them as children, right? So a lot of times when they are older, they'll find different ways to disrespect themselves and allow people to disrespect them too, right? And it's funny because I know a lot of people watching this like, I don't take any disrespect. Usually all the people who actually struggle with this the most, by the way, and that's a message for somebody specific, right? It's usually when people struggle with this most, because if you say that, it's probably because you've been really disrespected as a younger person and you got to work through this, right? And this is conviction. This is going backwards and going inwards and really going deep and releasing this, okay? And if you guys are interested in doing a session like that with me, going through this processing, let me know. I'll leave my information below and just let me know what you're going through. And if you want to do a consult, I am open to consults twice a week, and so we can hop on a call together. Anyways, back to it, okay? So addiction and drama. And why is people really addicted? Excuse me, I'm scratching my eye. Why are people usually addicted to drama in the first place? It's because, in a sense, it makes them feel like they don't have to focus on their own selves, right? You usually know, too, by the way, and this is a really good tail sign. Excuse me, I'm coughing now. This is usually a tail sign, usually, too, if you're starting to not want to be part of people's, like, drama, okay? a lot of times with me, right, and I have like, let's say a close friend or a family member who comes to me, confides in me with something's going on, right, I usually try to hold space for them as much as possible because that's what I usually am really good at, is holding space. And then I ask them usually too, like, what do you want me to say? Like, do you want me to give you my solid advice, or would you like me, okay, to like just hold you in it and give you that, okay? Because what I see people do afterwards, right, they'll start to text over and over. They'll try calling again. And there's nothing wrong with having a support system and really having that. But what I see is that people like to have people hold them in their own lower vibrational stuff. And the worst thing you can do as a friend, as someone who loves somebody, is kind of like let them stay there. And so like actually let them get up and move themselves out of this, right? And if people are not willing to work in that, then you don't have the full space for it. Because what it does, this is what brings your vibration down too also, right? So anyways, so why are people addicted to it? Again, because it's going to make them distracted for what it is. They're not seeing the lesson in everything, okay? Usually when we are going through a very low vibrational time, or we're tested in our roots, in our shadows, right? We have to really find a way to up-level ourselves out of it. And this is part of your dedication and devotion to this work, because this is what's going to raise your spirit to more of your enlightenment and more truth energy. And so there's going to be more evolution and evolving, okay? You know, I want to pause for a second. As you know, patriarchy, and everyone knows what patriarchy is, right? The patriarchy kind of teaches us like these very simple rules, societal norms and rules, right? And half the rules are not really real. But people who are still asleep or not have woken up yet, they don't realize that to a degree. They just kind of keep following the rules because they don't really feel like being part of change, right? They don't have the need, and that's okay. Like, they are going to be like the people who are just going to be like living day to day and, you know, just trying to like live life, and they don't really care about it. And usually it's the people who actually have never been disempowered, or they're more privileged, or they're really more just not having the heart center for this type of work, right? But going back into it, okay? If you are really working through every single lesson that's being thrown your way, and it's not like an overnight process, guys. It's not like you're going through one hypnosis and one deep processing, and that's it. One hypnosis session, by the way, is very life-changing, is extremely life-changing, but it's not going to erase every single thing that you went through, okay? Hypnosis, that's not how it works, and I'll make another video about this later time, probably the fourth video I'm going to say in this video. But devotion is so important and special, okay? It's so important. It is so special to work through and devoting for yourself in the higher source and power. And it's okay to be triggered, okay? It's okay to have moments where you're like literally screaming and you can't control it, right? But as you are devoting yourself more, you will find the tools, aka you will find the power in you that possesses you, and the strength in you in order to get yourself out of it, right? I know a lot of people here who are watching this. How many people here have been broke? How many people have been broke several times in life? How many people have gotten their heart broken? How many people have gotten their heart broken several times in life? So the reason why I ask this question, right, is really simply because as you have the tools from the first time and you actually learn it the first time, the second time usually isn't as hard. It's actually a little more easier, okay? It's kind of like you broke your arm once and you went through the pain, right? And then you break your arm again. It's not going to be as like bad. You kind of already know what to go through. Or let's just say, right, you, I don't know if this is a good example because some people are going to fight with me about this, so don't take this so technical. But like you do leg workouts, right? If you do one leg first and it kind of hurts, but the second one's not as bad because you already kind of went through the first set with one side of your body, right? Even though some people's bodies are not, you know, adjusted in the right way. But you kind of already know and experience it already. And you have the tools to kind of get yourself through it. In the mental tool, you have the spiritual tool, you have the strength tool inside of you. You already have this expectation. It's not as scary, right? So you have this devotion and these tools more and more as you work through it. So when you go through this transformation and life's testing you, you have all these things that gather through it. So the most spiritual people, by the way, have been probably most likely being down at some point in their life, right? I know I have, and I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with those things. And that's why every person is different in this work, right? And that's where, like, even, again, going even more deeper and finding that more. I will make a separate video one day to talk about how, like, what happens if you feel like you get to a crossroads in your work. That's okay. I'll talk to you guys about this more one day, because that does happen to a lot of people too, where they feel like they are kind of a little too settled and they already kind of mastered what they've been already handed in life, which, congratulations, that's really beautiful. But there's also another now layer, you can go into that more. And that's usually where a lot of people come to me too and work with me also one-on-one. So I know this video is a little bit all over the place, and if you guys have met to this last of this video, I appreciate it so much. Let me know below if you have ever felt like you can't get away from your addictions, or getting away from drama or low vibration or anything like that. I always want to represent drama as low vibration, and drama is a huge thing that a lot of people are addicted to. We don't really realize it. A lot of people love drama. They love to get caught up. They love to gossip. They love to sit hours on the phone talking about other people. That's a lot of what people do when they are trying to keep them stuck in a self-sabotage move. So devoting yourself to yourself first is what's going to pull you away from this 100%. I love you guys all so much, and I will talk to you guys soon. Your Empress Enchantress.